On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, Honestly, I can't tell you what happens. This is Future Howard. I'm here because Kidder recorded an episode while I was on vacation, which he seemingly has forgotten that I was going on vacation, but he didn't record an intro, even though he should have. So, here he is. What can I tell you? Kidder's in Vegas. He's got guests. He'll probably talk Star Trek because he's at the Khaaann. Otherwise, I guess I can make up some things that he's talking about. Hear about his new fascination with ballerina dancing. Yeah, and his new collection of modern funk for the ages. I don't know, it could be that. It's gonna all be a surprise to you, to me, to everybody. So strap in, you're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and V. Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
The Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks, okay?
Oh, come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Welcome, everybody, to the best podcast in podcasting history. It is Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that sometimes goes on vacation without letting the other host know. I'm the man, the myth, legend, Mark Kidder, and normally Howard Blues joining us, but he's got kids. So let's trip it on down to the Iowa Forney Way with, that's right, the very special guest, the rudest of rude boys himself, Khaaann! Thank you for joining me on this late but yet early enough Sunday night, which is a Friday night at the premiere.
Well, it's good to be here. I know it's always a challenge logistically doing the show while you're out on the road, but we find a way to make it work.
Well, when we're down to the Iowa Forney Way, we're a little bit easier because, you know, we're on the same time zone. When you come out west, then we're on the Pacific time and 2 hours, you know, behind everybody else. So it kind of is what it is. I mean, it's sunny here. I think it's still sunny there, right?
Oh, it's been cloudy and rainy probably for a few hours here, but yeah, we've had a couple of good showers pass through past couple of days, and so finally getting the grass a little greener, but yeah, overall not too
glad
shabby.
You can have a shower. Come over here, your hoose. Noticed back home also had some showers, so happy about that because my lawn was about the same as your lawn and almost the color of my tunic here tonight. So that's how she goes. Anyway, like I said, very, very special edition, the Vegas edition, if you will, a separate little short episode or something. Maybe we'll just talk at how long we can or want to. But I do appreciate you joining me. And it's kind of the birthday celebration episode since we're
Very
now
happy birthday.
A post day. And thank you, Kay. So let's do what we need to do, and that is, of course, what's on tap. And I was thankful and fortunate enough that one of the bars inside the Rio, the Starbase Rio, that's the other tower behind me, the Ipanema Tower. But one of the bars downstairs ends up having some local products. And you know how we like to try local stuff when we go local and try and not go loco. So this one is from the Craft House, as it says, the Craft House. And it's the Hot Vegas. And as you may have seen, it's a West Coast IPA. Apparently, they're very big out this way. It's a pounder, 7% alcohol by volume in this guy.
Well, we know your affinity for IPAs there, Mark. So
yes,
hope it goes down smooth.
You are correct. So we'll see. It's got 78 IBUs in this thing. So I think that it's going to have a reaction. But it's made at Craft House Brewery in Henderson, Nevada, which is just across the roadway in Henderson, Nevada, right next to Las Vegas, Nevada. So according to this, there's complex layers of hops from Cascade, Centennial, Columbus, and Mosaic bring ripe citrus up front, followed by pine, and then a slight tropical finish. A snappy, snap your fingers, snap your neck, and dry malt body combined with bold hops to come to crush it with this West Coast IPA because no one hops it like Hop Vegas. Oh, it's a P. Hop Vegas. I thought it was a T, like hot. It's hot. No, that's Hop. Hop Vegas. This one's going straight to the Alps, I think. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. I didn't think this one was going to be as bad just because I didn't know. But
that should make round 2 even better.
Holy crackers. Round 2 is going to be secondary, and you'll see that. Maybe incendiary. I don't know. We'll see.
That one's the Hot Vegas one.
Yes. We got a little foam on the top, a little foam action. So there's some good head on this Vegas beer, at least. Apparently, that's what you get in Vegas, some good head. It's a joke for another podcast. Ripboy, what do you have on tap while I let this thing simmer a little bit?
Well, since the summer is kind of winding down and the, we'll say the summer drinks are last crack at them before we get into the fall and winter ones. I picked up a bottle of El Jimador, handcrafted.
Where's the rest of it?
Tequila.
Did you buy it like that?
No,
you got 75% off.
No, it was very, very good tequila. It doesn't pack a whole ton of punch. I actually prefer their clear variety. This is the Tequila Reposado, 40% alcohol by volume, 100% agave. And if I knew how to speak Spanish, I'd read the label on the side. But fortunately, they do have the English translation on the side. So we'll go. In honor of the man who with pride, determination,
man, the myth, the legend,
has mastered the art of selecting and harvesting the best blue agaves, we name our tequila El Jimador. So
I thought it was the man, the myth, the legend for a second there. I got excited. No. They named it after me.
Got your own tequila line now.
Ole.
But yeah, I got that in a glass with to make a margarita. So cheers to a happy vacation, happy Hop Vegas drink, and
another trip around the sun.
A great birthday. So yeah.
Thank you, Kair.
How is the Hop Vegas?
What's interestingly enough for me, interesting enough, it's interestingly tasty enough where I don't completely hate it.
Oh boy.
Because even though it's supposed to be all piney and sappy and malty,
got enough citrus offset to it.
It seems just very balanced. Maybe these guys just know how to make a beer.
There you go.
Maybe that's the key.
Get a case of those bad boys shipped home.
I wouldn't give it a case. No. No case of this. I think one 16-ounce case, as in the singular case of one here. A case of ounces is enough. That's where I'm going with it.
Very good.
Very tired today, so I'm not as quippy as I once was.
Be quick with the quips.
Anyway, no, it's not terrible. So I'd actually give this a solid 3. And this is better than a lot of the other drinks that we've had on this show.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 3 out of 4.
3 out of 5. Hold the one back there. He's got to make it seem bigger than it was. No, it's not terrible. And I mean, for, I don't know, $10 or whatever this was, it might as well be good.
That'd be an excellent segment, is your overall rankings of IPA beers. Because this might be at the top.
That would be...
We'll have to check the data.
I would. I'd be fairly surprised, but yeah.
There you go.
So what's happening? You got the little rain. What else is going on in your corner of the planet?
Well, not a whole lot. Just getting ready for back to school stuff. So free time's gradually going down. But yeah, just work's going well. And I have overtimes for the next month. So I'll be working 6 days a week for the time being. So
Money.
but yeah, had last week off and getting ready to work hard for the next time being. So, but yeah, besides that, see, we picked up the new Oklahoma DLC for American Truck Sim, as well as the Kenworth W900 tuning pack. They just released those within the past week, so been tinkering with those.
Tuning pack, huh?
It's for the W900, the older looking truck or older school looking truck. So a lot of customization options, a lot of light additions, including LEDs, which I'm sure you'd probably enjoy those. So, but yeah,
I mean that come with the pack.
Yes. So it's
And
it's
are they like beacons or headlights? What are we talking?
headlights, some side running lights. But yeah, it seems like I guess this is their biggest tuning pack for any single truck that they've ever released. But yeah, they ran a short stream beforehand where they kind of snazzed up a truck, and I was like, well, I don't use that truck all the time, but the $4 was worth a try. And
The $4.
it's
You have options.
so yeah, it was something that comes with a whole array of different bumpers, the sun shields. Yeah, we'll have to take you for a spin and show you exactly what it's got, because, like I said, I'd only bought the 100th anniversary edition of the W900 when they released it as a free DLC, but then they added this tuning pack to it to kind of take it to the next level, where we're kind of used to options being added by mods or whatever, but this is a kind of a one-stop shop to really add to the mix. So
There he is.
here we go.
Gentlemen,
Hello.
It's the official armor of the Triple B, JS Gunslinger himself. Welcome to the show.
I would hold up a beer, but all I have is a screwdriver and a lineman's pliers, so, you know.
Hey, that's close enough. We're all getting screwed here. I'm drinking an IPA.
Oh, hell, I kind of feel sorry for you.
Here's the weird thing. This one is actually tolerable.
Ah,
Mostly tolerable,
what the hell?
right?
I guess every now and then you find something decent.
I mean, for almost $10, it should have been decent.
In Vegas, that's it?
Well, it is a hot Vegas.
True.
There you go. And it's a 7% alcohol by volume.
Not bad.
All right. So we were just talking about something that I know you know a ton about, is the American Truck Simulator video game. Except you play the real version.
Yeah.
I played the real version a time or two.
Just not necessarily with the big trucks and the big loads like that.
I mean, depending on where you know what we're hauling, but there's been a few thousand pounds behind me a time or two.
It's good that they're still behind you. You don't want them in front of you. But in the game, Rude Boy is just talking about the Oklahoma DLC. The state of Oklahoma has now been released to the masses. People can go explore it in the virtual world. And Rude Boy, you're talking about customizing a truck. Have you had a chance to get in there, do it yourself, get the LEDs on there, all that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's something that they really put in a lot of effort into the tuning pack, just because in the real world, a lot of inspiration for the DLC and the tuning options, we'll say, for lights and different styles of bumpers, accessories for the W900. They say it's a very easy truck to mod in itself, so they say let's go along with that path of sort of including what the mod community has for the truck, and we'll make it integrated and upgrade the customization options for the W900. So yeah,
it's good that they listen to the community like that, put it in the hardcore game itself instead of having to download extra mods to make it something.
So
Sweet.
you have 900 chicken lights on your trailer.
not yet. I haven't messed with the trailer, but at least for the truck itself, it definitely snazzes it up and will make it not exactly to the point where it's one of those trucks that you see in one of the parades, see rolling down that lights up like the sun, but it's kind of halfway there, at least, we'll say.
You know what I hate? I got a hot take for you. You know what I hate? Shitty electricians.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, mother. You want to, did you see this? You see that? You want to, my thing is dripping all the time? You people.
That's a very good segue into...
Hey, Google almost censored him for us, so Howard didn't have to censor him. I mean, it didn't, but it lagged at the wrong time.
Sorry for the outburst, but yeah, I have no time for this type of crap.
Well, are you in your house or somebody else's?
I am in a building that we purchased that the previous homeowner has had his fingers in.
So is it on your property?
Is now, yes.
Okay. That's good. I'm just asking these important questions without giving away your location, so at least I know. That way, when we see you go shooting across the room, I can call somebody to make sure you're attended to. I'm a few hours away.
Well, you probably know which property this is. It's the latest one that we have purchased. So.
Okay. Good. I know which agency to call. I can just see it now, though, especially with whatever he's working on, this outlet that he puts two of the wires together and he goes shooting and finds the back wall.
Is that a phone jack or a regular AC jack?
It is actually a 110 outlet that has been installed into the garage. And somebody either forgot to tighten the damn screws or used those stupid fucking push locks in the back of the outlets, which, in my opinion, should be banned from electrical code, but for some damn reason, they meet code. So lazy electricians or homeowners that don't know what the hell they're doing will use those damn things, and then that happens. They stick in there when you stick in the back of the outlet, and as soon as you go to shove them things back into the outlet, they pull out and just barely make a connection, and then your GFCIs are constantly tripping.
I mean, that's kind of what you're looking for when you pull out, right?
Well, I mean, there's that, but it all depends on what kind of pull out you're looking for.
Okay.
Don't want to throw a breaker.
Yeah. Things start happening and lights start going off, and then everybody's having a bad day.
I'm trying to hook up cameras and, They kind of need power, and my
Camera looks good right now.
yeah, well, I'm trying to do those fancy Google Nest cameras, and without power there, it keeps telling me that it's not docked, not connected, and if it's not docked, it won't work. Without
You gotta have the
power.
base plate on.
Yeah, I know. It's floodlight. And it has to see it being plugged into the floodlights and then stuck to the magnetic base. But without power, this thing constantly tripping, it ain't gonna work.
Well, Rubo, you got one those cameras with the floodlight attachment, didn't you?
I don't, but my parents do.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
Yeah, they also had a licensed electrician help them install it and all that, because they put it in a location back when I was in high school. We put on a second addition or a second floor onto the top of a L-shaped ranch, and so it was just something that we never really use it for anything, because we had good light coverage on the driveway. And what kind of gave them the inspiration was that our neighbor across the street had their car broken into. And I was like, well, I've got the Google Nest cameras, and I know they're a big fan of lights, as we all are. So I was like, well, they make a floodlight that has to be hardwired into the AC outlet or hardwired to an AC power source.
You self-destruct.
So they ended up getting that, but the outlet that it got wired to was never really used ever since the addition. It's just kind of covered over and just not sure where the wires going to it go and what circuit it's on. And so they got that all sorted, and now they've got the floodlight plus camera option. And but yeah, it's working all right. Oh, there goes the power.
Who turned out the lights?
Or maybe he's just blocking the sun.
I thought it was the ghost of Jimi Hendrix again, but it was my wife that was in garage that moved something. I thought it was following around at different properties.
You never know when Jimi Hendrix is going to come knocking.
The ghost of crappy electricians past.
Yes. Yeah.
What are you doing to my good work?
All right.
good.
We're going
Good.
to pick back in here temporarily because I don't have a second GFCI to replace this with. And since it hasn't been signed off yet by the inspector, I have to have one of these stupid GFCI breakers in here. So, but now that the wire is actually in place and holding what it's supposed to hold, maybe it'll work this time.
I like this. There's video proof that he's meeting code. Nobody can say that he didn't do it right. Just point him to this video. You can't actually see what he's doing, but he's explaining what he's doing. So
You just need the JS stamp of approval. Is like stamp right next to the outlet that you worked on and say, I installed this.
just come up to it and just.
Well, the next time I get to Menards or the store with the stuff,
And save big money.
yeah, there's going to be a much better GFCI outlet installed because this one sucks. This is one of those $3 specials that you buy at like Walmart, and
So yeah, I'm making numerical signs at the other voice in my head in the room because I'm out of the first one. I quickly drank that one, and I have the second one to drink now. This is another one I picked up, which is a local beer, another about $10, and apparently this is the Atomic Duck IPA. Kind of a funny design for the can. A duck getting blasted by a nuke there. But the legend of the atomic duck is that a duck was the only animal to survive the atomic tests conducted at the Nevada test site. That duck bested the blasts, wandered off, and waddled into history, becoming forever known as the atomic duck. So this company, the Able Baker Brewing Company, made this. They brew in Las Vegas, Nevada. Apparently, when you go to their brewery here in Las Vegas, you can get a flight of their beers, and they give you little mini rubber duckies on the glasses or something like that. This is another IPA, an India Pale Ale. It is another 7% alcohol by volume, 16 ounces, and this has 88 IBUs in it. Lord help us all, this may be me in 5 minutes. So
I'll call you Mark Quackenheimer.
Hey, look at that camera. Look at that thing.
Yeah, see, it's a camera, and it's not working, and I'm getting quite pissed off.
There's a green light.
Yeah. Well, it still says device unmounted, so it's going to get punted across the damn yard here pretty soon.
I brought my popcorn. Let's see a show.
Holy cow, the pine's coming out of this just like the extra ooze of radiation.
And the damn floodlight will not trigger because it's tripping the breaker. Son of a pig.
Well, unlike JS, this could have been worse, but maybe it's just because of the one that I had before it. But it's not terrible.
Just because you paid $10 a beer, you don't have to hold back on your criticism.
Oh, trust me, I ripped into that dollar juice way back in the day. JS, did you ever hear the story of my first time having a juice?
I do recall something you told in the episode of you in college having a juice because you thought it would be a good idea.
Yep, that's correct. And Rude Boy, we were playing, I think, Modern Warfare 3 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And who else do we have on there? Smalls, probably, and
probably Smalls.
maybe a couple of the other random people. Yeah, good old Will. Couple people, and yeah, I started that, and I think my KD actually got better by the time I finished that.
It's gaming juice right there.
Yeah, juice. The watermelon flavor that was almost larger than the Midco remote.
We'll just say it gives better gaming results than the jug of sangria.
Maybe. I mean, it gets you messed up quicker, so then you don't think about your KD anymore.
Yes.
Going back to trucking, anything else trucking that, we have light! We have illumination! And he's fingering the hole.
PG, folks.
Hear me get electrocuted here in a second or two. I got a pretty good feeling about that, but...
Great. If I was on my actual computer, I'd be multi-screening this so that we could sit and watch it. Rude Boy, I need you to pull up another thing. Stat!
Oh. Yeah. Oh, you segued to me for the trucking, the ATS, but then he said he's going to get electrocuted, so I kind of got enthralled. So
yeah, right. It's a lot better than the realistic weather that we have in the game. This is real life, folks. This could actually happen.
I will say the new mod that you suggested I download, the rain sounds more like rain on a car. The fog, it does add to some realism, but it really brings visibility down to nothing. It doesn't matter if you have fog lights or not. But cruising around Oklahoma has been good so far. Let me pull up a couple numbers here because
there might be another version that comes out for that, so we'll have to keep an eye on it because they tweaked, from what I looked at in the notes, they had tweaked the fog between a couple other versions and the current one. So I think they might have overdone it.
Yep.
But really see what you're doing there, JS. You're just really bright now.
What I'm doing.
And I'm also
OSHA approved.
I'm not on the top rung, so technically it is OSHA approved. And I have 3 points of contact.
Bam.
The phone, a foot on the ladder, and a foot on the hand on the roof.
3 points of contact. There's 2, and there's 3.
Man, he even went horizontal for a second there. He's gone sideways.
I have 3% battery life, so I don't know how much longer this is going to last.
I'm so glad that we helped kill your phone. It's been great having you with us.
Just stand by this camera.
Don't sweat that camera too much.
I don't understand.
Hey,
it keeps telling me device offline, not mounted. It is mounted and plugged in.
And that's the last he said.
There you go. There you go.
Plugged in, damn it.
And then suddenly it just spools and powers off, and then he's on the ground. Although it's a great still shot of him. He actually looks like he's enjoying himself.
I was going to say.
He's back.
Wait.
Trying to do too many things at one time. My phone is dropping battery rapidly.
Well, might be one of those deals where you just put us on the charger on your wall in the inside while you figure this out. But you need the phone.
Might trip the breaker.
Yeah.
Well, I would, but the charger is inside, and I am outside on a ladder, so there's that. So you won't get much.
You can get you one of those mobile power packs.
I have one, and usually my phone is well charged. However, I did not plug it in last night. So yeah, here.
No. Oh no.
I'm thinking what's going to happen is I'm going to delete this damn camera, and then I'm going to do this again because I don't understand why it won't connect.
Is there a reset button on the back side of the camera module itself?
Is that what that is?
Like a small pinhole size thing. Maybe if you ran that through a cycle.
Turning it off and turning it back on.
It could be.
I'm going to turn it off.
Right.
I'm going to give it a 9mm off button.
Hey, good thing it worked once.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Pretty much.
Blah, blah, blah.
But yeah, back to the Oklahoma DLC on the World of Trucks is kind of like
Oklahoma, where the wind comes from a plane.
The World of Trucks. They have an event going on, or a community event called Cruising Oklahoma, and if you do a job to or from one of the 10 cities in Oklahoma on the World of Trucks, we'll say socially connected aspect of the game, it counts towards a 2 different achievements. There's one as a personal achievement that if you do a trip to or from one of the 10 cities, or all 10 cities, you get an achievement. And then separately, collecting those trips into a 111 million mile goal from everybody playing the game. And that reaches the community achievement, and each one has its own small, we'll say, interior tchotchke that it unlocks. So right now, currently sitting at 46.65 million miles, and that has to be achieved, the community goal, by October 1st. So
October.
yeah, I'm doing my best to add to the total here and there when I can, but I've got my 10 cities marked, so I have the personal goal achieved, and hoping to add to the community goal so that let me take a look here. The rules might explain exactly what we get. My personal award was a Wild Stampede paint job that you can apply to any of the trucks that you own. And then there's a so if the community meets their 111 million miles, delivering cargoes to or from any city in Oklahoma, they will unlock the Black Swallowtail Ornament Steam Inventory item. So it's a little something to say that if you get the paint job, you did your personal goal of getting to the 10 cities, whether it be to or from. And then if the community makes it by the end of October 1st, we'll get the Black Swallowtail Ornament Steam Inventory item. So that hangs where kind of the middle of the, kind of where the CB gets mounted.
I just keep laughing because you keep saying swallowtail.
Oh, okay. Apparently it's a bird that's popular down south, so. Did that button do anything for you, JS?
I don't know. Can't get the damn thing to work. I brought it back inside. Now I have another camera in here that says it's unavailable for some damn reason.
What I would potentially also suggest is turning off the Wi-Fi, the router itself, for 30 seconds. Try doing a power cycle on that. Maybe it'll work.
I'm tempted just to delete the damn camera and do it again. Now it's working.
I know a couple of my cameras I've done that where you just delete it and then you scan the QR code and trying to re-add a new camera.
Yeah.
And it takes one or two tries to get it to the network to sync up. So
I got it working now. For some reason.
Boop, 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 boop.
But now
it's a melody to Funky Town.
I can't remember the code, guys. I need to get high.
And if I had more than 2 battery, I would take it outside and plug it in outside again. But unfortunately, I can't because I only have 2%.
To the old Glade plug-in. Plug it in, plug it in.
I was looking for a little battery pack down here to see if we had one, but I do not appear to. I do, however, have to get out of this camera because I'm getting feedback into from the camera into my phone and hearing. I don't know if you guys.
You're trying to make a call, we'll set up a camera, and then it sets up a call.
Excuse me, I'm talking to you on a cellular telephone.
Oh, and look around here for a second and see what I can find. I know we've got one, but whether or not I can actually find it is another story.
Got an extension
Awfully
cable.
nice pistola you had there.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a squirt gun.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're on YouTube, so we didn't have anything.
Yeah. Gun.
And I said it in Spanish, so maybe they won't know.
Habla no inglés.
What kind of armor would I be if I didn't have a squirt gun with me?
Right? What we really need is one of those 1994 Super Soaker Plus duos or something like that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those.
Big action right there.
I never had the duo, but I did have a couple of like the Super Soaker 90s and stuff like that.
And he really lived
Wasn't that
in
like
the,
90 PSI?
It was
I don't know if it was
something.
that much. Maybe it was 90 deciliters that the bottle held. I don't know. Hey, we lived in the glory days of yard games and water games. I remember I think I'm not sure how we got them, but we had a set of the yard darts with the actual steel tips before they were made illegal. So those were fun.
You can see that or not in the background, but the Larks must have won.
Oh, they're firing off.
Oh, say something again.
I said, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the Larks must have won.
You only get fireworks if they win?
I think you get a little show if they lose, but when they win, you get a good show. But I'm really not sure.
Calls are going into dispatch right now, saying that there's a bunch of like automatic weapons fire in the neighborhood.
Yes. There's a large gunfight going on downtown, right near the Ball Diamond, and they're shooting red and blue bullets at each other.
Some of them are invisible too. They just sound really loud.
Yes.
Boom.
Well, I imagine the day if they ever invented silent fireworks.
That would suck. That would be the stupidest invention of all time. Invisible. Silent fireworks. I was going to say invisible fireworks. That's even
invisible
better.
Fireworks is even dumber.
Even dumber. I'm shooting off fireworks all the time. They're invisible. I can shoot them off whenever I want.
It's either that or this is the last game of the year and they're just trying to get rid of what they have.
Too bad we don't have the option to Zoom with this platform, because if we were able to Zoom in, then we could Zoom, but there's no option for it that I'm aware of. So,
Sir, this is a Google call, not Zoom.
that's why I'm saying that. No, that's not why I'm saying that. I'm almost done with this. I've had 14% ABV. That's not how that works.
That's quick math.
Oh, I figured it out. We can Zoom. Check that out.
Oh, baby.
What are we zooming with?
It's like potato vision, but, you know.
It looks the same to us.
Oh, wow. I was able to Zoom.
That's what they all say. I was able to do it. Why couldn't you?
We'll zoom in post-processing.
Yes.
Yeah. Howard will do. Oh, now it's gone. It's the invisible fireworks now.
Yes, that I gotta get back to my plug-in because I only got 1% again.
1%. He's living on the edge.
Make a funny face in case you drop off.
Right? I don't have an ice cream sandwich to just jab in my face.
It's got to be the Culver's Oreo custard sandwich. We do have those shower curtains available, by the way. BeerBluesBS.com. Click on merch. Again, BeerBluesBS.com. Click on merch. They're available anytime, and they can be shipped anywhere. So please, if you need a shower curtain, something to help you get through life, they are available at the BeerBluesBS.com. Yeah. And I know maybe you guys didn't happen to see it, but added some new merch to the Streamlabs store as well. That's at streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. And then you can click on merch at the top there. Or streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs/merch. If you want to type it in, you could get one of those shirts or perhaps a pint glass there. We have new merch options.
I will keep that in mind.
You guys have somebody maybe in your known friends that can do caricatures or something like that? Because we need to add you guys into the show and create a shirt with all of us.
Imagine all the unknown friends I have.
I can see it. I can see if my son can draw characters. He can draw lots of other things, but I don't know if he can do that yet.
Premium T-shirt.
Yeah, we have those already, but this one would actually be premium.
Snapback hat. I
don't know if we have any snapbacks.
It says my snapback. BBB my snapback.
We do have one. He's looking at the store. There it is.
Yours will have to be the trucker hat style, though. I mean, that's kind of your thing.
That's like 2 of the 3 hats that I own are trucker style ones.
I would
Actually,
expect.
I'd say 3. I'd say 3 out of 3. I've got them right over here.
Now here we go. He's getting the hats.
One was a gift from my lovely wife when we went to the Iowa Cubs game this past Tuesday. We actually brought Sterling with, our dog.
Cubs.
So yeah, it's like that.
Is that the 6 panel or 5 panel? Because the traditional trucker hat is the 5 panel with that giant one that goes across the front, so you can put your truck name on there.
Let's see. This is a 6-panel hat.
Oh!
Official trucker hat, then.
You said it is?
Oh, the official trucker hat is a 5 panel.
Okay. Well, we'll call it the modern trucking hat then.
There you go.
And then the Iowa State Cyclones hat.
Yep,
the trucking sim hat.
And then this is my my hat that it came with the
smoker,
the Camp Chef smoker logo on the front, and then the small Camp Chef logo on the back. I'd say out of the 3, this one has the closest resemblance because this is a we'll say harder shell on the front. I can't put it on top of my headset, but there you go. looking good.
Yes.
So those are my current 3 in the cycle right now, I'm sure.
I didn't see any fashionable options for traditional trucker hats in the creation process. So
you think truckers care about fashion?
I might have to send a nasty email to the merch store owners.
Oh,
so out of the new merch in the Streamlabs store, what is the newest?
Probably the first 15-ish, 20 items.
All right.
They just added pint glasses in the Streamlabs store.
Oh, okay.
So I made all of those, and then there's a few shirts. How about the swimsuit? Did you see that?
There it is.
It's a one piece, so you can wear it. Oh,
View sizing. They make a
there we go. One
Make-
size fits all.
chest, waist, and hips. To break out the measuring tape.
I mean, I'm sure by now with with the way the times are going, I'm sure they have a men's conversion size for it.
No, I'll say that if you had to check your sizing, that it includes inches and centimeters in case you do have the metric need.
It's good. It goes both ways.
So you're in one of those wrong countries that measures wrong.
What is a
Unfortunately,
kilometer?
we do not have any kilts. Speaking of other countries, there's no option for a kilt, so I can't even make a digital camo version for you.
Oh, now I demand that you send a nasty email to the producers because that is BS.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why it's on this show. Clearly. Hey, speaking of BS, we got a couple of extra new followers over the weekend as I've been, of course, shamelessly plugging the show every option I get, every chance I can, just throwing it out. So thanks to our viewers. If you've made it this far in the video, number one, I'm sorry. Number two, thank you for being here. Please donate or subscribe. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs.
Please don't leave us. We need you.
Please. Well, since I'm out of drink for right now, I want to talk about a drink that I had Friday night. So it was already 2 nights ago. But it is a locally crafted beer under the Federation of Beer banner. Okay, so this company called Federation of Beer works with local breweries to basically give them a project. They help get the recipe, help do the labeling and licensing and stuff, and just go through the whole process. But basically, this is the one that had on Friday. It's an Enterprise Blonde Ale. And the local brewery is Lost Worlds Brewing. Officially, it's licensed out of Cornelius, North Carolina, but it was available only at the one's downtown shop, and then I've seen it at a couple places limited for the Khaaann here locally. We had this downtown, but the cool thing is, you have this beautiful print on the front, and then there's a nice story that's listed on the side, and it's officially licensed merch from the Star Trek universe. But on the side it says, in 1966, the U.S. Enterprise appeared on television screens for the first time as a Constitution-class vessel. It was powered by matter-antimatter reactor. The Enterprise explored the universe with its valiant crew and dared to go boldly into the unknown. In 2250, Captain Christopher Pike took command of the ship. In 2265, it was assigned to a 5-year mission of deep space exploration, and command passed to James T. Kirk. The show's popularity led NASA to name its first space shuttle orbiter Enterprise OV-101 after Star Trek's most iconic ship. Enterprise Blonde Ale helps us recall this great ship and how smoothly it navigated the stars. Again, brewed and packaged by Lost Worlds Brewing. Their corporate office located in Cornelius, North Carolina. This was 16 fluid ounces, 1 pint, 4.8% alcohol by volume, and 15 IBUs. It was definitely a blonde ale, and it was not too bad. So I can't complain. I got the guy's information. So if you're watching this and you are a brewer or know a brewer, you can contact me. We can contact them. We can get some more Star Trek beers happening in and around the country. Bam! It'd be good.
Kidder, there is a local brewery right here in the Bizzo that may actually be interested in something like that.
There's a few of them, and if the one you're speaking of actually would be interested in, they were telling me that they would be very much into helping them work through it, licensing through them, basically, and he broke down the cost, information, basic stuff for me, and it's really in the brewery, or the brewers' favor for doing a batch, especially if there's enough Star Trek fandom in the area to pick it up. Or, I mean, really, they can make whatever type of beer and label it and add it to the story as part of their collection and whatever's popular. So super cool opportunity. So that was really, really awesome to be able to experience.
And they do a fair amount of sours that are already space themed, so it may be something you're interested in.
I might have to approach them and see what we can do. Other than that, keeping on the alcohol theme, I've talked about Star Trek wines on the show before. That's what their flavor is from the overhead company for the Star Trek universe. And they've come out with a variety of different beverages, mostly wines, as Star Trek wines has been. However, they just announced the other day, as in probably Tuesday of last week, that there was something coming at the Khaaann. So Wednesday, when we flew in, I went right to the table, and it said, ask about the captain's table. I said, captain's table. And the guy's like, are you in? And I'm like, yes, but what is it? Well, it turns out that it is a very limited edition of whiskey. 100% rye whiskey blended between 8 to 11 year or 13 year whiskeys. And so they blend the flavors, and it is available in this limited run, and they're sold out. I happened to get in on the 6th bottle or something like that. Very limited again, and so this run only had, I believe it was 100 bottles.
Wow.
Now, the next run coming out next year, they're hoping to have it expanded more, so there will be more bottles, more things available. But we got invited because I had to buy one. It comes with its own display case, and it comes with the bottle and the story. And then we got invited to a taste test for only the first 50 people who purchased it. So we were in the suite up here, actually over there behind us in the Ipanema Tower. The biggest suite the Rio has. There's actually a bidet in the damn thing. So, I mean, we were classy, super classy. But again, got to taste it, and we got this awesome glass. It's called a neat glass, Neat. And I sent the link to Brother Nico because he drinks scotches and whatnot, and so this would be right up his alley with being able to sense the tastes and really get the full experience of every.
It enhances the smell.
Right. So it doesn't only enhance it, but this comes out of science where it'll actually separate the ethanol fumes from the liquor itself. And so instead of getting that bam in your face of the straight ethanol, you will get the flavors of the whiskey or whatever you're drinking. This is specifically more of a whiskey bourbon type glass, but again, you get the smell, the sense, and the creator of this glass was in attendance. And he created it around 2000, 2001. You can get your own glass here at, I think it's theneatglass.com, something like that. Forgive me for not having it up in front of me. But you see that it has a very wide rim. And then it flutes out again and curves into your standard glass. And then this one, of course, has, as you can barely see, Star Trek Wine's logo laser etched into the base of this. So what you do, if you get one of these glasses, pour your spirit in, let it breathe a little bit, and then when you're ready to drink, do a hard swirl. So you get the aromatics really, really going within the full body of the liquid. And then you bring it up to your lips like this, and your nose will be positioned directly over the glass, and you tilt it just forward a little bit, and you can get the full scent, the full smug scent of the liquor or the spirit itself. Yes.
Yes.
I did it yesterday. It's amazing because from a regular glass, a shot glass or a rocks glass or even just a regular sniffer has a different profile than this. And this is awesome. So I recommend you go pick one of these up. The guy was super kind, very informative, and as he explained it, it wasn't about a gimmicky thing or even just something to sell. It was about true science. And so that's why it's very limited in what it is. And the fact that we got one of these is super cool. And then he was there to explain it. And it just brings out the full flavor, full vibrance of the drink. So if you have a chance, get one of those and help him out. But of course, you can also help us out at beerbluesbs.com.
Yeah, I brought up the website, and you were correct in saying theneatglass.com. And a couple of interesting aspects is that, it explains the science of a better glass, how to order your own, and it also has a portion of the website where you can order custom logos that can be etched into the bottom of the glass. So maybe a limited edition run of Beer Blues BS logo neat glasses could be down the road. But if Mark were here, he'd be able to agree with my excellent idea. What do you think, JS?
I think a custom edition neat glass would be cool as hell, and I'm in.
All right, we got two. But yeah, just taking a look at their website, it is branded as the ultimate tasting experience, because we know that of our five senses, taste is much tied into our sense of smell. Also, it's the official judging glass for the Chilled 100 Spirits Awards. So it's something that they mean business when they come to making their glass, and it looks like something that's really fine crafted, handcrafted, and something that I was just telling JS Mark that you were spot on with the website, the neatglass.com, for the ultimate tasting. For the ultimate tasting experience, but they also offer the option to order a neat glass with a custom logo engraved on the bottom. And I know we're all about your
own logo on the bottom.
We're all about trying to enhance the not only our podcast, but our tasting abilities here on this podcast. So it would be you've got 2 people signed up already for the Beer Blues BS edition.
Oh man,
glass.
So the real question, Rude Boy, does it have a pricing list on? There's a contact for details.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Great. Well, the good thing is I know a guy. I met him last night, so maybe.
Well, there you go.
Quite the deal.
You can get the good buddy discount.
We'll get 4 of them for $82 a piece. I don't know how much they go for.
No, they're not that much. They're reasonable, and I'd say, I mean, they offer free shipping for orders over $55. So there's that. We'll say the Artisan Neat Glass 2-pack is $19.95. So,
and that's pretty good. I would recommend getting some of those into your cabinet at home. And I mean, that one's fantastic. I love it. Just the fact of being able to smell the spirit the way that I did last night. Just amazing. Also, quick side note, round 3. This is a Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola. So we're having a Coca to Schmoke here on the Triple B. Another 7% alcohol by volume in 12 fluid ounces. It's supposedly mixed, supposed to be pretty good. Be responsible, 21 plus.
Did anybody ask you if Pepsi was okay?
Yeah, no. You're in the land of Pepsi, and so this is a shining beacon in the window.
Yes, because the Jack and Pepsi is disgusting.
Yeah, it's very gross. And on top of it, nobody has Mountain Dew down here. You have to get it at the store. So you go to the restaurants, like, do you have Mountain Dew? I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Like, well, how secluded are you? Like, whatever. Okay, so anything else on here? Your recycling info, Coke and a Schmoke, Jack Daniels. I think I've had this before off the show. I mean, it smells pretty good. It smells coconut smoky and whiskey-y.
The ideal drink for round 3.
Oh, yeah.
I've had one of those Jack Daniels Coke and Smokes, and they're not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
They do not taste like real Jack and Coke, but they do a decent effort at trying. It's kind of like Pepsi and tastes like crap.
I'd say it's like a 60 to 70% likeness of if you grabbed an authentic can of original ice cold Coca-Cola and some ice cold Jack Daniels and then mixed them. Yeah, we're at like a 60, 70%, but it's better than the alternative, what I was drinking earlier.
I will say that if you mix Dr. Pepper in with that, then it really brings out the flavors.
See, I would prefer some Dubliner and Dr. Pepper, but I don't know why I would have that like preference. I have no idea why.
Which asshole got you turned on to those? I don't know who that would be.
Some guy who's about to get screwed. For those of you who can't see him, he's now sideways, but also he did the old test to make sure it worked before he actually used it. So
I will challenge any man, real man, to pick up an impact or a cordless drill without pulling the trigger twice to see if it works.
Well, it's just like the tongs when you're cooking. You gotta make sure she works.
tap them twice to make sure they're still okay.
To make sure they work.
Yeah. All right. Since we're running down on time because I got about 10 minutes left. 10. I just want to run down, have a quick nerd session here. Rude Boy, have you heard of the game Star Trek Resurgence? And I'm guessing no.
Nope, I have not.
So it's a new game that came out on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC a few months ago at this point. Soon, probably by the time this is released, or maybe September, it will be released on the traditional disc version of Xbox and PlayStation. So you can pick it up for that. But it's called Star Trek Resurgence. So there's the poster look for it, if you will. It's very stoic and pretty good look to it. Sat through a seminar on the game, at least as much as I could because I had to go to another seminar. But it was very interesting. I'm excited to play it because the thing that I just showed you happened to be a code for the game. I would have picked one up for you, Rude Boy, but I didn't know it was a code for the game until I got to the other room. And then when we went back to look to try and get another one, they were not there. So,
oh no, that's all right. I appreciate the thought.
It's on the Epic Games Store for PC, otherwise Xbox Store, PlayStation Store, that sort of thing. And it's not that expensive. You know, the games these days, next gen games, are like $70.
Mm-hmm.
This is like 30 to 40.
That's not bad.
Sale. So yeah, it's not bad at all. On top of it, it has a traditional Trek storyline, choices throughout the game to make it really your game and your experience. And it's a throwback to an episode from the Next Generation. So it's pretty cool because it references all the stuff that is already in canon. So there's that. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next thing with our ticket, we picked up the copper ticket, even though they're silver wristbands. You get a challenge coin, and they give out the coins for the people who purchase copper, captain's share, or gold. Those are the three tiers, if you will, for the weekend. You get your assigned seat and how close, and then you get other benefits. So I enjoy, since I've been arriving at the conventions, you get the coin. One side is usually the faces, and then other sides the details of, STLV, and then the dates. So if you forget like I do, you have those dates right in front of you.
What year is it?
What year is it? Also, as I mentioned, this is a little bit different, but maybe we got to see Shatner earlier today, and this was a project that Shatner worked on a few years ago, The Captain's Close Up, and he spoke with all of the previous captains of the Star Trek series, including to the 2009 movie with Chris Pine as Captain Kirk, but Patrick Stewart, Avery Brooks, Kate Mulgrew, and Scott Bakula. And of course, he's got his own info in there for it as well. So get to see William Shatner. He's like 94, 95, and he's been doing this specific creation convention for 37 years or something. So way to go, the Shat. Cool piece as well. Dave Blast worked on Star Trek Picard, seasons 2 and 3 specifically, doing Starship and different design. Kind of like what JS is doing right now with ceiling tiles, but with a lot more whiz-bang. And got this very cool USS Stargazer poster signed by him, Dave Blast, right there at the bottom. So very cool to get to see that. That's the USS Stargazer brought back in season 2 of Picard. Yes, the wifey actually purchased that, so that's very nice of her to do that. Also, I've talked about it on the show before, but there's a group called Fan Sets. They make a lot of pins, including this 2009 Kelvin Universe Delta pin for the Command Division. So fitting with the whole ensemble here. And as the sun goes down, I'm starting to slip into a black hole myself.
Black hole sun.
Black hole sun, won't you come? Okay. It's easy to get distracted when you're having a good time. So in season 2 of Picard, they went to a different universe, the Confederation, and there was this sweet pin. It's a mirror type universe, and it's very cool. So I kind of hee-hawed a little bit, but I had to purchase one because they look really good. There's also a convention exclusive pin, this featuring the USS Enterprise G and being labeled Vegas 2023. So again, the convention, you see the red and the blue, that's like the neon for the Rio, because it's still lit up right now, but they're going through a phase of sorts. They have been reacquired by the Hyatt Corporation and will be transitioning fully over to them, I guess, by the end of the year. And so it's somewhat unknown what will actually happen with the Rio, but they are putting in an $800 million renovation on the Rio. And they've already started. You can't see it over here, but they're taking down the neon or turning it off or fixing it. Maybe they're turning it into LEDs, because why wouldn't you use LEDs? It's 2023.
I thought this was the announcement that you were the official LED renovator for the hotel.
You know, if I had the money and the knowledge. Well, I guess the knowledge is there. I have you and SirenNet television to rely on.
Well, half the money goes to the idea guy, so I'll take 25%.
I will be waiting for my check. How about that? Let's see here. I also picked up the patch, which is really cool because it's a legitimate patch for Vegas 2023 with the Enterprise G on there. Every year Fan Sets does a convention-specific limited edition pin, and this year it was actually a Quark pin. The lighting is terrible, and Howard has the photos for the actual thing, but it looks really awesome. I also got the limited edition. There were only like 50 of these made. It's the same pin, except it looks a little bit different for the convention. So there's that. What else is in here? The magic bag. The end of season 3 of Picard the deltas change and they have gold on them instead of the gray. Had to pick that one up because, of course, things and reasons. Fansets puts on an annual party, and very excited, happy to get to go hang out with those guys and gals because they put out such a great product, and they give a bunch of stuff away. Didn't win anything this year, or at least that I know of, because we couldn't hear a damn thing where we were. But they give away the pins every year, and it's super cool to continue the collection. And the pin this year, it's like the original series Enterprise has Las Vegas on there, and it is the Fan Geek Party with fan sets. So very happy with that. Lower Decks. It's Star Trek Lower Decks, the animated series, and Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the live-action series, had a crossover, and so Fansets was able to produce an updated version of the real-life, if you will, version. And, of course, had to pick that up. The commemorative plate from Star Trek Lower Decks of Tom Paris. They made a pin out of it. Had to get that. Let's see. Got a Trek Geeks pen. They're a podcast as well. So if you check them out at trekgeeks.com, you can find out more info about them. And pips. Pips are important. Fansets made pips now, so you can look awfully dapper and be, the rank that you want to be in Starfleet. Another piece I thought was really, really, really cool from Star Trek Picard was the head of Starfleet Academy rank pin that Picard wore. And just the colors and the shapes and how this one turned out, just amazing from the series. So we got that. As I'm running up against the clock, as usual. Don't want to miss the Rat Pack. Starts in 5 minutes. The time insignia for the Starfleet individuals important with controlling time and make sure that it doesn't completely go off the rails. Also, the ensign rank insignia from episodes of The Next Generation, like Future Imperfect. There's that. Wristbands from Fansets in the 57-year mission. And running through these here. From Star Trek, The Next Generation, the Delta. There it is, the official Delta.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a magnet, so, they stick with you. Oh, yeah, you can also talk Trek. There it is. Couple different things.
Kidder's going to be eating ramen for the next 6 months after all the memorabilia he's taken home at the Khaaann.
He's got the swag.
You say 6 months, and I'm thinking longer than that. But yeah, that's how it goes. So cheers to you guys.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers!
Does it work?
No, I think the problem is my super awesome Wi-Fi router does not reach full bar or full Wi-Fi signal all the way out to the garage because it's in the basement. And so I'm going to have to put an extender on it, or I'm going to have to move it upstairs, one or the other.
I would suggest moving it upstairs.
I might have to do that.
The higher, the better.
Well, I put it in the basement because that's where all of my control, that's where the main computers are. That's where all that stuff is. That's what. So, and I also, when I dug power out to the garage, I hardwired a Cat 6 cable out there. So I can plug Cat 6 right into the back of my router and run a hard line out to the garage with an extender in it, which is probably what I'm going to do.
Right.
Because then I got hardline going straight out there, and I don't have to deal with wireless bullshit and what has you.
Well, it's time to let JS get back to work. It's time for me to roll. It's time for Rude Boy to have another beverage.
Cheers to that.
And keep on trucking. So, let me finish this.
Chug.
Yeah, that was a quick 12 ounces. Appreciate you guys being here for the muted birthday spectacular. Watch the sun go down in Vegas, so that's kind of a trip in of itself. So I really appreciate you guys taking your time away from doing your things and spending time with me at the Khaaann.
God.
So I apologize for the crappy video. I did what I could for you.
Let's be honest, it's the most interesting thing.
We're glad your 1% made it the entire time.
I have been on and off plugging into a charger every time I go inside.
Yeah. Quick charge this bitch. All right, so first thing, beerbluesbs.com. Visit us in cyberspace, beerbluesbs.com. That's where you can visit our merch store. Find us everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Please join us. beerbluesbs.com. It's the place to be. Also, again, referencing Facebook, Instagram, make sure you visit us. Search Beer, Blues, and BS. Or Beer Blues BS. Either one works. Just a singular beer, lots of blues, lots of BS. Please like us, subscribe, share, and help us get the likes and beat the algorithm. Okay. We're also on YouTube for YouTube videos and podcasts. We're also on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Stitcher, TuneIn, IMDb, Player FM, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and probably a few more, including Podbean. So if you have a podcast service of choice, search for Beer, Blues, and BS. Please subscribe. It's free. You can also help us here at the show by going to streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs and subscribe to the show. A couple bucks a month buys us a beer or three, and it'll help us get to places that we need to be. So thank you for helping us keep the show running. Just so you know, it's about $120 a month to keep the show rolling. So anything can help. Any dollar, we'd appreciate it. Subscribe on their monthly payment plan. Super easy. $1 can help feed a hungry kidder and a thirsty rude boy. So help us at beerbluesbs.com and, of course, streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Jameson is rolling.
We riding.
We're giving you a trucker's tour right now.
The interesting thing is it looks exactly like I drive because I have a slight astigmatism.
Let's hear that Jake break, buddy.
Hold on.
Oh, he's rolling.
Or let's do your best impression of a Jake break.
Jake break. The best I can give you.
You're truck farting over there. All right, so let's get the hell on out of here. JS is already rolling somewhere else anyway. So thanks, JS. Rude Boy, really appreciate you being here, brother. You guys have a wonderful night, and you being with us. Thank you for joining us for this and every edition of Beer, Blues, and BS. live long and prosper. May the Rio Starbase live on forever and ever. Just keep doing the updates, making the things happen. Let's get rid of the smoke, too. No smoking. All right. So I am the man, the myth, legend, Mark Kidder. There's free beer tomorrow. Keep your glass at least half full, and we'll catch you on down the sun-setting Tuscan Highway. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
Freaking birthday, Kidder.
Good
There we
show.
go.
Good show.
Here we go.
Had
All
to
right.
sneak it in at the end.
Oh, that's nice. I gotta figure out how to stop recording this damn thing now. Oh, here.
Transcribe on. Record
I like-
off.
I would like to stop and then stop.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
Hey, it's just to start a recording. You gotta hit this button, click OK to this button, and then hit this button. Like, how many more buttons do I need to button?
What is this, Halo?
Yeah. Where's the orbiter? Okay. Well, we might as well get going because I have like an hour. If you're ready, I'm ready. All
I
right.
think so.
Okay.